Pull up in an all black Impala 4 deep. Me and my dog Creep, we got one finna put his ass to sleep on for terrorize. Got 12 on my back, I swear to God, I really don't come here. But nigga, step up to the plate, I'll show you we get serious.
What's good, y'all? It's Snoopy. You know why we here. Nah, matter of fact, y'all really don't, cause I ain't done one of these in a minute. We on take 3 of the playlist series. Come on. Come on. Now, there was a good amount of music that dropped in the month of August that I didn't get to cover, so I wanted to make this video specifically centered around last month's drops, and instead of just giving you random songs that I've been listening to throughout the years. We still gonna do that though, because I want to give y'all the opportunity to get to know your boy a little bit deeper through music, but just not today. You know, it's about last month. Now, the first couple of songs I'm gonna go over, you know, DJ Khaled's God Did. I gotta touch on that. Now, when I first heard DJ Khaled was working on the album earlier this year, I knew exactly what to expect, because DJ Khaled is not an act where he's gonna throw many obstacles in your direction as far as content is concerned. He's a popular DJ / producer that's been around for a long time that pretty much uses the same formula for his full-length albums. Now, am I a fan of those albums in totality? No, of course not. But this one was a little different for me because I don't know what happened. Like, I fell into the DJ Khaled marketing campaign hype. And it was funny to me because I'm not usually a dude that falls for the okie doke easily. But you know who I blame? I blame the legend that he is, Jay-Z. I blame him. Like, bruh, the entire advertisement strategy on all sides of this album was based around this secret holy grail Jay-Z verse that Khaled couldn't stop wiping his mouth about. And you know what? I can't even get mad at him because even Hov came out and acknowledged that this verse was going to be considered one of his best. And you know he don't talk much. Me personally, big Jay-Z fan, so I couldn't wait to hear it. So I cut on this DJ Khaled album, and as soon as it come on, I'm already mad because it opens up with an intro from Drake that without even hearing the second track on the album, I knew could have been left off. But that's besides the point. Khaled wanted to flex that he can have Drake come on and sing for 38 seconds, so I get it. Let me start this off by saying that I've been hearing a lot of people talk about how Wayne and Ross should have been left off this record because Hov stepped on them and this. And listen, I think those are the worst people ever. I think y'all the worst humans. The production on here was strictly Ross's bag. Like, it was right up his alley from what people love from Ross. And did y'all not hear that Wayne verse? Like, what are y'all talking about?
But I'm so cultivating, everybody replicate me, nigga, face facts, dreadlocks, face text on the apex.
Like, shut the fuck up. But I mean, Hov being who he is, of course he came in and took the life out of those two verses immediately. I think outside of everything that Jay said on here, what surprised me the most is that he gave DJ Khaled a 5-minute verse. Like, I wanna know why. I wanna know what DJ Khaled paid him. Like, how does he get this? I don't know why I'm whispering, but and after I sat back and tried to dissect and listen to the verse about 3 times, I came to the conclusion that that's why it sent the internet in a big frenzy. Like, it wasn't about what he was saying in the record per se. It was more, I think people were more shocked about how long Hov rapped on the song. And that's not to take nothing away from what Hov did lyrically on this track, because he has some lines on here that will make you salute and respect him as the legend that he is. But me being the Jay fan that I am, nothing really shocked me about what he was saying on this track because we've heard it all before. He been talking like this ever since Forbes finally recognized him for the $1 billion that he had years before they even took notice. Like, I've been had this shit. Y'all finally recognizing me for it, but come on, man, I've been had money. I've been had this beat. Did y'all forget? Oh, y'all didn't know. I forgot. I like the fact that he went overly boss talk on this one though. Like, you know how the boss wants you to know that he's the boss. Like, he wants you to know that he created this company. You know, he wants you to know that he's the one at the top. He's the first, not Soulja Boy. Him. How many billionaires came from Hov crib? I count 3. Oh nah, never mind. Bronze the Rock Boy, so 4. But overall, God Did definitely in my top 2 tracks on this album. I mean, you got 3 legends on a track like this with this sample. Like, it's a cheat code. But I don't know, man. Like, you know what's blowing me about this record though is that I feel like if Wayne had 4 minutes to rap on this song, he would have got Hov. But that's just me though. But my favorite song on this album was from my nigga 21 Savage with Way Past Love. Throughout the years, ever since I heard 21 Savage on his first mixtape, Slaughter King, it's just been so great to hear the growth in his music all around. And I feel like this song is a pure example of what I'm talking about. I feel like 21 Savage has found that nice medium with talking about street shit and just all around real life shit that everybody in this world can relate to. And I might be a little off on this, but I feel like him being around an artist like J. Cole has a lot to do with the change up in his music taste. Because ever since they dropped that record a lot, he's been gravitating to more soul samples and has just been a little more thoughtful about what he raps about in his music. Now, don't get me wrong, he still heavily talks about the same shit that got him to this position in the first place. I mean, they killed him on Twitter for it. You seen it. But I feel like if you listen closely to what 21 Savage has to say, I mean, outside of the murder raps and funny one-liners, I think you can get a broader perspective into 21's thought process when making music. I love this track. I don't know. The sample is simple, but it fits him perfectly because it allows him to just talk over the beat. There's no hook. There's nothing extravagant around it sonically, but that's exactly what I like from 21. Just keep the shit simple. In totality though, I really don't see myself going back to many songs on this album. All of Khaled's albums kind of blend together when you actually listen to the music. In my opinion, but I do like that Nardo Wick and Kodak Black track. I love that Future and SZA record, even though I think DJ Khaled did some lazy producing on that one with basically making a carbon copy of Future's biggest record to date, Wait For You. I mean, it sounds the exact same, but I like the song. I'm not gonna say it's a bad album. It's definitely not a good album. Let me throw that out there. It's definitely not a good album, but I mean, it's a listenable DJ Khaled album. You know, that's why I stand with it. Nothing special in my opinion. Flatbush Zombies Meechy Darko dropped the solo project called Gothic Luxury. I really enjoyed this album. I really fuck with this joint. I love the out of ordinary, masterful production that this album had to offer. But the track I gravitated to the most was Kill Us All. This song is just 3 verses of Michi just filling our heads with the facts about the dark side of the world that we live in, especially from a black person's perspective. He starts the song off with black kid gets shot, white man get tased, media spread lies, politicians get paid. Come on, man, come on. Right off the bat with those first couple bars, you get a glimpse into what this song is going to be built around. And he continues that rhetoric in phenomenal fashion throughout the entire song. Like, I was impressed. Like, I was impressed with this shit. Like, he doesn't waste a bar on this song. Every word has to do with the topic at hand. Hypocrisy in America, evil government propaganda, black empowerment. Like, he said, turn on CNN, they tell me to be MLK instead of Malcolm X, but they both died the same way. Come on, bro. He mentions how society is so quick to call a brother killing another brother black on black crime, but he sits back and watches these crime and murder documentaries and they never call it white on white. Why is that? You know, it's a question that we all have. Like, there's just a lot of eye-opening wisdom in here that, don't get me wrong, I feel like everybody should know at this point, but it's just refreshing to hear an artist like Michi dedicate an entire song to uplifting the black community as a people as we go against this country that we look to for protection. This song was real heartwarming to me because I don't know, it seems like we live in a world now where artists nowadays only touch on certain things when it's a trending topic, you know what I mean? And they see that they can get some type of notoriety from talking about it or making a song about that topic. And this doesn't come off as that at all. It seems like Michi really believes in what he's rapping about and isn't looking for any type of recognition for being a quote unquote woke individual. Next few songs I want to talk about is off of JID's The Forever Story. As some of y'all seen my reaction to this album, I love it almost from top to bottom. I think this project proved that Jid is here to stay, and he not just here to stand around either. Like, he here to step on next. He coming for y'all. Jid's ability to hop in and out of different flows and different pockets and different topics on the same song on this project so effortlessly was the most impressive thing on this project for me. And after hearing great projects like The Never Story or DiCaprio 2, I didn't think Jid could get this much better at a craft that I already thought that he was so spectacular at. Like, this is easily creeping up into my top 5 albums of the year every time I listen to it. And it's a project that I can't turn on and just listen to one song. I have to listen to the whole thing because I'm addicted to the cohesiveness and flow of the project. It's not even about what he's saying. It's just the flow is so great. But if I was forced to pick some tracks that I absolutely love, I'm gonna have to go Bruddanem and Kodi Blu 31. If y'all seen my reaction to this album, y'all know I was a big fan of Bruddanem when I first heard it, but I felt that Durk didn't really add anything to the record at all. And I still feel that way, but bro, this shit is so good, I can't stop listening to it. Bro, I play this song so much that I know Durk's whole verse word for word, and I don't even like it. Like, that's how you know I like something, if I'm rapping some shit that I don't like. The whole concept of you being there for your niggas when they need something, they being there for you when you need something, like, just loyalty all around the board. you can't hate this song because everybody wants loyalty. I feel like the relatability gets me so much with this track. But I really can't even say that because the music is so great too. The chorus on here is just so addicting.
I left my brother sailing slide, but with my sister sliding too. It ain't no slipping on this side. I got my grip and found my groove. There's nothing else they thought I would do. My brother's ride.
The strings that come in so smooth behind this heavy jazz production at the start of the track, but then turns into this trappy masterpiece. Like, everything is great about this song. And then you got my favorite track on the album, Kodi Blu 31, where Jid brings out these vocals that we didn't even know he had in his arsenal. Like, a nigga with a flow this great shouldn't have a beautiful voice to back it up. Like, that's just bold-faced cheating when you get to that point. Like, it's just cheating. This song sounds like something you would hear at an open mic at your local poetry slam. It's so natural and genuine, but also gives you the feeling of wanting to put oil all over your body and light candles. I was really impressed with this record because Jid did something outside of his comfort zone. And now that he knows that we like this sound from him, hopefully he does it some more. Now let's get back to some murder activity. Another project I enjoyed, not fully, but most of it, was Young Nudy's EA Monster. Now I haven't had the chance to talk about Young Nudy on this channel yet, but I smoke backwoods, so you know I love his music. Now, me being a person that followed 21 Savage's career closely throughout the years, you know who's always been next to him? Good old Young Nudy. I didn't even know they was cousins until like 3 years ago, but whatever, I'm done. Nudieland is one of those projects that if you know, you know. I'ma just say that. We call these cult classics. Every song is hard. Now, this new project he came out with earlier last month, EA Monster, out of 11 tracks, I only like 6, but those 6 was the ones. Now, before I even hop into Nudy, I want to acknowledge that I was really disappointed in Pierre Bourne's performance on the production side of this project. And that's kind of surprising to me because I've always really and thoroughly enjoyed these two collaborating together, with Slime Air being a project that I loved as well. But I think the direction that Nudy went in with this project and what he's been doing since last year with these dark sounding video game beats kind of knocked Pierre off his square a little bit. And I can kind of understand how, because I've always known Pierre's beats to be less menacing and more on the comforting side. And as far as Nudy's performance on here, well, I mean, it was just Nudy being Nudy, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like the good part about that is that nobody does what Nudy does better than Nudy. Damn, did that make sense? What he's able to do with flows and cadences on these minimal style beats, like, I don't even have words for. Like, he's just good at it. What I love the most about Nudy is that he's so Atlanta, but he's still able to distance himself from sounding like anybody from that same region. Like, it really is hard to explain and describe this nigga because, like, I don't know, like, when Nudy comes on the beat, you just know it's him. Like, he's created his own aesthetic within the sound of his music that makes you want to get high, even if you hate weed. Like you can't fight it. Even though some songs on this tape can be a little too much on the drowsy, uninteresting side, I feel like he makes up for it with songs that are a little bit more lively, like Impala, My Gang, the intro, Nothing to Do. He has a nice balance in his music that I like. Although I will say, and I will say this, I gotta put emphasis on this, he is one of those artists that isn't for everybody. But I feel like if you like Nudy's Dr. Evil project that he dropped last year, you'll like this one. Now, the last song I want to touch on today is a cut from Lennox and Summer Walker, Queen Space. You know I had to throw some R&B on here. I've been playing this song non-stop ever since I heard it. It's a pure vibe. I don't know what else to say. What Lennox brings vocally on this track is so beautiful. Let me tell y'all something. Listen up. There's not too many songs I can play back to back to back to back at this moment because I consume so much music in my daily routine. That's just me. But I reserved a spot just for this track so I can do that. I can't even enjoy this record the way I want to if I don't play it at least 2 times in a row. I love the smooth build up throughout this track that just keeps elevating higher and higher as the song moves forward. And at this point, I gotta say I'm convinced. Lennox brings the best out of Summer Walker if we just talking pure soulfulness and just confidence in delivery. We can talk about Unloyal being my favorite track off Summer Walker's Still Over Her album. Or now we can talk about Queen Space being one of the better R&B records I heard this year, even though I wish it was long. Because even though this song has an almost 4-minute runtime, I'm still left fiending for more because it goes by so quick. I don't know if it's because the hook is so long or what. I don't get it, but I find myself replaying it over and over again because I want more. I really wish Summer would have had a more lengthier verse on this track just so she can get in her bag a little bit more. But you know what? I'm not even mad because this shit is beautiful. This is the type of song that's gonna persuade me to be a better man, a more honest man. I think that's why I keep playing it back to back, because as soon as the song ends, I turn right back into the same person I was before the song started. But you know what? That's not your problem. It's mine. So I'm gonna go cry in the corner once this video ends. That's my playlist for the last month. I just wanted to update y'all on some of the music that I've been enjoying off screen. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. As always, put the music y'all been listening to down below. Like I said, you might be put me on something. I ain't heard everything. Let me know what y'all been listening to. Y'all know the motto, man. It's the same every time. If you like the video, like the video. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. Subscribe. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm gone. Yee.